Good morning, everybody. Today, I'm gonna show you how to take this 1x10 board and turn it into this. So the board you're gonna need is a 1x10x10. Today, I'm using a 1x10x12. It's just what they had at the store. There are a few things on the piece of wood that we're gonna wanna sand off, and we're gonna wanna do that before you rip it. Just sanding one piece of wood is a lot better than fumbling around with a bunch. So let's do that real fast. These are small little markings and blemishes on the board. We're gonna quickly use 220 sandpaper and knock it off. If you would, consider dropping down below, hitting that subscribe button. We create new content every Friday. All right, now that we got the sanding done and the blemishes off, kiddo's playing with all the toys over there, holy moly. We're gonna rip these into 3 37-inch pieces. You can use a chop saw, a table saw. All right, so now you have your 3 37-inch pieces, and we're gonna throw the guide on, and we're gonna do 1.5-inch pieces. Each piece is gonna have a little leftover piece. You can use that for the backing, so make sure you save it. All right, so now we have our 13 bars that we're gonna use for the flag, and most of them are gonna be pretty good, but sometimes you might get a little bit of markings from your saw. So if you need to touch that up, now would be the time, right before we burn. And I am using this propane torch. The only thing that sucks about this is you can't go invert it. It just really stops working, and it'll give you a lot of hassle. So you gotta kind of go up. Now we're gonna use one for the bottom. These are your extra pieces, your 3 extra pieces that will eventually be your backing. Put one on the ground, and then what we're gonna do is go ahead and grab your bottom piece. Now, your pieces with all these knots, these should be the red stripes. It's gonna be able to hide way better than obviously the unstained wood. So this is what you're gonna wanna do on the red stripes. If you wanna hide them, if not, that's up to you. So I'm gonna burn the bottom of this, and then we'll start setting up the stripes leaning against this deck here. All right, that's it. Now we have our 13 bars. All the knots on this are gonna be on the red stripes, so it's gonna hide them, and we don't have any over there where we wanna carve. So you can get burning now, go slow. You can always go more, you can't go back really. So just test it out, take it slow until you get it, and it's gonna take a while, so. All right, now we're back down in the shop. I stacked these up from, on the bottom is the top of the flag, and we'll just go in order, put it back right how it was, stacked up outside. Woo! So now we're gonna pull our first 7 stripes, or bars, whatever you want to call them, whatever we're referring to them as right now. Okay, and just make them somewhat even. Now this stencil I made, we bought a little stencil on Etsy and cut it out of We cut this out of like poster board, but I will drop a link in the description on Amazon where you can get one of these pre-cut in plastic. It'll probably last a bit longer. This one hasn't done too bad. This is my third flag we're making, so it fits just like that. So I just put some spacers on the side and then locked these pieces together just so while we do this measurement. It's going to be 15 out, and I'm going to use a mechanical pencil because it's going to give me a nice thin line, and that's what we're going to want to go off of when we put our razor blades in. And I don't want pencil to be sticking out. I don't want to sand after, so. All right, now we're gonna take this apart because we are gonna need some space so we can tap these razor blades in. Just to give us some more room on this table, what we're gonna do is take all the white ones down here that don't need to be stained at all off. So we'll do our bottom three will be red, and then from bottom to top, we'll store it to the side. It does get a little bit tight. Obviously, if I had a bigger table, it'd be a little bit easier. So now I just have a large pack of razor blades. Now, this is where you see a lot of people stop. If you look at the Facebook Marketplace, they're flooded with these flags. Some people have spray painted stars. Some people have like wooden glued stars. And I really just think it looks like trash. This is really the way to go, to hand carve. You could CNC, but then it's not one full set of wood. I mean, it looks perfect, but it is just a piece of wood thrown in. So we are going to use a Dremel 3000. I have it hooked up to this table, and we have the flex attachment. We're going to use smallest bit for outlining, and then I have a medium and a large bit just to make the insides a little bit faster. So we just got done finishing all the stars. I think it looks pretty good. Super happy with it. The only thing we're gonna do now is we're gonna give it a nice touch, just a little bit of burn in the center of the stars, just to have it match the white stripes. And then we'll go ahead and hit the back. You don't really need to do the back. Nobody's gonna see it's on a wall, but we just do it just to finish it off nicely. So let's go ahead and do that now. The stars, now that they're burnt, with the burner I have, you can't be super accurate, so you do get some overburn on the blue, but it just adds to the rustic farmhouse look, if that's what you're going for, I'm assuming, because you're burning the flag. So it looks pretty good, but now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this minwax spray-on polyurethane. We're not going for a super shiny look. This is semi-gloss. It should just add a nice sheen. Now, we have this urethane on here. We're gonna let this dry. You can apply it 2 to 3 times. Will probably be good. You can buff it if you want. We're not going for that look, just a little bit of sheen, so we're not gonna touch it at all. Let that dry, and then we'll flip it over and get it mounted so we can hang this thing on the wall. Right down below in the description, I'm gonna drop a link to everything you're gonna need to get this done in your house. And if you really don't wanna make it yourself, I'll drop a link down below to my friend's page, B&B Woodworks. They make a lot of flags just like this in cool different designs. You know, your red line, your blue line, gray, subdued, anything you could think of. Basically, he's over there making it. A lot of cool stuff going on over there and other projects too. Check them out down below. If this video helped you out at all, I would appreciate it if you consider dropping down below, hitting that subscribe button, and give me a thumbs up if you really liked it.